guys, and welcome back. Today I'm going to be testing out a new concealer. It's been out for a couple weeks, but it's still pretty new. So today I'm going to be testing out the new e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer. I did do a video on the original e.l.f. Camo Concealer that came out last year, and it's not my favorite. I know a lot of people love this, and compared to Shape Tape, it does have quite a bit of coverage, but it was just a little bit heavy and dry for me. So the hydrating one sounds like it might be a good match. So I'm just sitting down getting ready for the day, and I figured I would do a wear test today with this, and I'm actually going to compare it to the original. So I'm going to put one on one eye and one on the other and see if we can tell any differences, see if they wear any different. So I'm going to use this as a base under shadow and also as my under eye concealer. So I'm going to start with my eyes, and I'm going to apply this on my eyelids, and then I'm going to put my eyeshadow on real quick, and then we'll do the face. All right, so let's get this out of the packaging. It's a similar packaging to the other one. Okay, so I have the shade Fair Rose in the new one and Fair Warm in the old one. So hopefully this doesn't look too crazy. This one definitely has a pink tone to it, and this one's a little bit warmer, so we'll see. All right, so I'm going to put a dot of this on this eye and a dot of this one on this eye. Lincoln, that stays in here, baby. Okay. I can see a color difference, but they're not like insanely different. They're very similar in their lightness. So definitely goes a long way. It's kind of hard to actually get just a little bit because the doe foot is so large. But you don't need a whole lot. I wish the doe foot was smaller for this one. So right off the bat, I definitely see this side is dewier. It's been on for a couple minutes, and it is setting down though, but it's definitely not as chalky as the other one. I'm gonna go ahead and put on my eyeshadow, and then I'll be right back so we can put this under the eyes and see how it looks. All right, so I did my eyeshadow with the New Nude Light palette from Huda Beauty. So I'm going to start with the new Hydrating Camo Concealer. So this does not take a whole lot, so I'm just gonna put a little dot like that and spread it out. Let's see how this does. See what I mean? It spreads out so much. It just keeps going. It looks okay. It definitely has a little bit of a sheen to it, if you can see that little bit. So it's not dry. I don't know if it looks amazing, but it doesn't look bad. So I'm going to put the original e.l.f. Camo on this side and blend that out. So full coverage. This one just like, it's so dry. Yeah, this one just does not work on me. But definitely full coverage. I feel like there is the ever so slightest more coverage on the original than the hydrating, because I can still see a little darkness on this side. This one is pretty matte and set. This one is still tacky because it is a little bit hydrating. It's not like a super hydrating. So I'm gonna finish up my makeup. I'm going to set this so it does not crease and do the rest of my face, and then I'll be back to tell you what I think of this. And then we'll see how it wears. All right, so now I have the rest of my makeup on. I am using the Bare Minerals Hydrating Stick Foundation that I tested out in my last video. So looking for differences in the two, so if you already have the Camo Concealer, knowing if this is going to be any different for you. I definitely see the original side crepiness right through here. It just looks like crepe paper right here. I know you can't see that on camera because I'm looking like so close at my face. From far away, they look the same and it looks good. It doesn't look the greatest concealer I've ever used, but it looks fine from far away. But I definitely see crepiness here. The other side, it does not look quite so bad. I definitely don't have as much coverage right here though. It could be difference amount that I applied, but I feel like the hydrating one doesn't have quite as much coverage. But it's not like an overly hydrating concealer. It's not drying out my under eye quite like the original one is, but it's not like, I don't feel like it's hydrated and plumping like, I don't know. It's not hydrating like the Pretty Fresh hyaluronic acid one from ColourPop. It's not that kind of hydrating. Okay, I'm gonna swatch these two for you. So I have Fair Warm and Fair Rose. Fair Rose is the lightest shade they offer, and Fair Warm is the next one. I've heard that the shade comparisons are not exactly the same from one line to the next, but you can see what maybe the lightest and then second lightest look like in each line. So here is the original in Fair Warm, and here is Fair Rose. So these were probably the lightest they had in the store when I got, because I normally just get the lightest concealer. But again, pink undertone, warm undertone, those are basically the differences. They are very, very similar in their amount of lightness, and they look the same on my eyes when it's all said and done. Let me go ahead and swatch it next to Fair 05W in the Pretty Fresh concealer. See, this one just feels so much more hydrating. So here is the Pretty Fresh one. Pretty similar to the Fair Warm. So if the Pretty Fresh in 05W works for you, then the Camo Concealer one might work. It's a little bit lighter than the ColourPop, but just a hair. And then comparing it to the concealer that I use every single day of my life, the Milk Makeup. This is the lightest shade, Porcelain. It's not quite as light as some of these other ones, but I love this formula, and it works. It's not like overly brightening on me, but it does work. There is the Milk. So Milk, this is the new hydrating, this is the original, and then this is ColourPop Pretty Fresh. All right, so I'm going to wear this throughout the day, see if they wear any differently. So maybe you can tell if you'll know if you'll like it or not based on how this one wears compared to the original. But right now they kind of look very similar on the face. No one's gonna know I'm wearing two different concealers. So I will see you guys in a little bit. I may do some check-ins on my vlogging camera if I can get it charged enough. So see you in a bit. All right guys, it is 11 o'clock. Lincoln is asleep in the back seat. I'm here to get my blood drawn for my Accutane update or prescription, whatever. Anyways, the concealer is looking about the same. This side's looking kind of cakey, but it hasn't really worn too much, but it is only 11 o'clock. So I'm gonna go have my blood taken and have some lunch, and I'll check in a little bit. I don't know how I'm going to do this while holding this sleeping baby, but he's so cute. All right, I'm gonna try and do check in. He's talking a lot right now, but it is about 2 o'clock right now, and it's not looking the greatest. This is the hydrating side, and definitely have some mascara transfer this side. There's also definitely creasing on both sides, but the coverage is also way less on the new hydrating side as opposed to the original e.l.f. Camo Concealer. So just not my favorite concealer all around. The hydrating one doesn't really feel all that more hydrating. It's maybe a little bit less crepey than the original, but it's by no means like a hydrating concealer. But if you have dry skin, it's really not the greatest of a concealer, especially for something that has the name hydrating. So my under eyes don't look great for either side, but all right, see you in a bit. Lincoln, are you gonna drive us home? Are you gonna drive us home? All right, so it's the end of the day now. It is 7:20 p.m. Let's see how this looks. So I asked my husband if he saw any difference. He actually said this side looked cakier, which is the hydrating side, which I think is interesting. Like I said before, there's definitely less coverage on this side, and there's some black from the mascara even a little bit down here. This side though just looks really crepey through here. But overall, they're not a huge difference as far as the hydration of them. They both have creased quite significantly on me. This one's just less coverage, and it was a little bit dewier upon application. The original one is downright just chalky on me when I put it on, and this one goes on a little bit better. When it comes to the way they look and wear, I don't think that there is a huge difference, especially after you powder. I know these have a cult following, and I know the e.l.f. Camo Concealer line is very popular, but it just doesn't work on my skin. I have dry skin and it just doesn't work for me. I find that it's drier than the Shape Tape. I can wear Shape Tape. That's one of the only full coverage concealers I can wear. For some reason, that one actually works on me. I typically wear the Milk Makeup. It's a more medium coverage. It doesn't cover like a lot. It's just a good one to wear kind of everyday makeup. So I'm gonna keep testing out the hydrating one just to see if I have any other opinions on it, wear it with different foundations, different powders, stuff like that. But as of right now, I'm not seeing myself liking this one. I tried the e.l.f. Camo one several times until I finally just stopped wearing it because it wasn't working for me. So I will try this one out some more, but I will let you know in a makeup wrap up if I end up liking it anymore. If you've tried this concealer, if you've tried either one of the concealers, let me know in the comments below what you thought of it and what your skin type is. A lot of the products that people like love from the drugstore don't work out on me, so alright guys, so that's going to be it for this video. If you did enjoy this, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already and you want to see future videos, hit that subscribe button down below, and I will see you guys next time. Stay gorgeous. Bye. Upon. And then comparing it to the actually here, let's just go full 90s. And we'll do scrunchie with a ponytail on the side. Oh, I look like Drew Barrymore in, oh, what's the movie? Never Been Kissed, where it's a flashback to her prom and she's got her hair like pulled to the side. That's what this reminds me of. And yeah. So that's what we're doing. The words just left. I need to work on my eyebrows.